Well, it's really great to be here, and thank you for all the work that you have done to document some of this stuff, because unfortunately I think we in GESO are pretty bad historians, despite the fact that some people are professional historians in training. But we don't always do such a good job of documenting all the important events. And we have, because of the nature of our work, quite a lot of turnover. So I'm a 7th year employee here, which makes me one of the longest serving people in the bargaining unit of GESO, despite the fact that we do have a 20-year history, and this is our 20-year anniversary. That's 20 years without a contract, hopefully the last, close to the last. But it's interesting what Bill was saying, because I think how our history is created is very much through oral history and our day-to-day organizing. So there's a lot of events that we can talk about and put on the timeline, but so much of what we do is actually in the day-to-day, and it's not written down, and it's from the people who were in their 6th year when I was in my 1st year. And for me, the union is part of the culture of every day in my department. So I actually know everybody in my department because I've talked to everyone about the union and why Yale should recognize it and how it will help us in our work. And it's been really, really meaningful in creating a better environment for my academics, and in giving me hope about the academy, which is looking a little bit shaky, if people haven't been paying attention. And so, I mean, over the years we've done a bunch of stuff. We've gone on strike, we've gone on strike in solidarity at level 34 and 35. We've won a lot of improvements for graduate students here in terms of our healthcare, in terms of making graduate school a possibility for people with families, which was not the case in the past when people were told to wait till they got tenure if they wanted to start a family. Very few people have that option. And I guess some of the big events for me, I was not here for the last local 34 and local 35 strike. We had a 1-week strike in 2005, which was my 1st year, and it was out of that we won a lot of the things to do with healthcare and summer funding, which we did not have for most of our years at the time. One of the things that I didn't realize when I arrived, and we talk about this in GESO, although there are some exceptions, most of us did not come here to be union organizers and kind of ended up here. And it's actually, I feel exceptionally lucky that that was the case, because it's not the case in so many other places. But what it did mean was that in fall of 2005, when NYU, who had a TA union that had a recognized contract, which the university then refused to bargain their 2nd contract, and we were down there on the picket lines with them, helping them out, and really building relationships with colleagues, both in the academic labor movement, but also for me and my colleagues in the sociology department. We had a forum with faculty and graduate students at NYU about labor and sociology more broadly, which again, it just really brings the academic work into line with the organizing that we're doing, which is really meaningful for me. And the other thing that I think makes Yale very different than a lot of other university campuses is the relationships that we have with the other unions, which is so incredibly important. And Marcy talked about the work in Ward 9 over the past couple of weeks. There was Frank's campaign a couple of years ago, and it's such an amazing opportunity for, I'm an international student, and to actually get involved in local politics is incredibly important. I can't vote, and so I say that on the doors to people, like I will knock on 100 doors, because, you know, if 5 of those people turn out to vote, then hopefully that will have an impact, and especially in New Haven politics, where the margins are so small, it really is a great opportunity to engage in a way that I can't just from being here and being a citizen and an employee and paying taxes and living here for 7 years. But I can do it through the organizing. And so going forward, I feel like the lesson to take from the history of GESO is that when we organize, we win stuff. We have won a ton of stuff over the years, even in the time since beside me here, and going back to 20 years ago when people didn't even have regular paychecks and had no health care. We've really won a lot. We haven't won recognition yet, and I think that that's because the university is afraid of the power that brings to all of us, because it's fine to give graduate students a little bit and pay them off, but actually imagining a really big, powerful, organized political bloc is something that they're afraid of, and something that we're constantly working against in ways big and small. So one of the small ways this morning in the sociology department, we had a little coffee morning with folks from 34 and 35 in GESO, and we have a new sociology federation button, and we just got folks together to talk about the work that we're doing, how the cuts that the university is implementing because of the fake budget crisis are affecting us, and it was really, really great, and there's a lot of things coming out of that. There's a lot of fights that people want to have, and it makes a big difference, as Marcy definitely experienced in the history department. The university is scared when we all come at them together, and there's a lot of potential to do that now, and so we're looking forward to continuing with that.